Unsolved disappearances are commonly surrounded by strange clues, captivating leads, and bizarre evidence. Some of the most intriguing evidence can sometimes be based around mysterious phone calls. These are either made by the victims of disappearances or identified individuals. Quite often these calls can give investigations glimpses of the circumstances surrounding the vanishings, giving them potential clues into solving the case. Today we'll be taking a look at 5 unsolved mysteries with chilling phone calls. Number 5. Amy Mahalovich. On October the 27th, 1989, 10-year-old Amy Mahalovich was kidnapped from the Bay Square shopping centre located in Ohio. Her abductor had contacted Mahalovich by telephone and had said that her mother had just got a promotion at work and promised to buy her mother a gift if the child met him. Disturbingly, just 5 months later, on February the 8th, 1990, the girl's body was found in a field. Who was this man that had called her? The FBI conducted an extensive investigation into her disappearance and murder. Even though DNA was uncovered, no one has ever been charged. It was revealed in 2006 that several other girls had received phone calls similar to Amy's during the same week she disappeared. The man again claimed he was a friend of their mother's and wanted to meet them with the promise of a gift. Disturbingly, authorities still have no suspects. Number 4. JFK caller. On November the 22nd, 1963, just after 10 a.m, a mysterious man called the switchboard operator. The operator decided to pick up the call with another listening in. The person on the line sounded like a middle-aged woman, reading things out loud as well as whispering some truly disturbing predictions. The two operators stated they heard the woman say that the President John F. Kennedy would be killed at 10:10 a.m. The woman also yelled, "The Justice, the Supreme Court. They're going to be fire in all the windows. The government is going up in flames." The woman then called up a second time, insisting that the president was going to be killed at 10:30 a.m. The two co-workers decided to hang up the phone, suspecting the caller was just a disturbed individual. Meanwhile, on the day of that call, President John F. Kennedy was driving down Elm Street in Dallas, Texas. The shots that killed the president were fired at 12:30 p.m. Central Time. However, the time in California was 10:30 a.m., exactly the time the caller mentioned. The phone company reported the call about an hour after the president was shot, and the FBI wrote a report about it. They were unable to trace the call, although the FBI still believes it was just a disturbed woman, even though she predicted JFK's exact time of death. Number 3. Andrew Carnegie Whitfield. Whitfield was related to a famous Scottish industrialist, steel magnate and philanthropist. An amateur pilot, Andrew departed on April 17, 1938 on his monoplane. However, he never reached his destination. After intensive searches, Andrew and his plane had simply vanished without a trace. However, after his disappearance, things took a strange turn when investigators realised Andrews had checked into a hotel under the name Albert C. White. Upon searching his hotel room, they discovered all of his belongings, including his clothing, passport, valuables, and oddly, 2 life insurance policies worth $6,000 apiece, with his wife listed as the beneficiary. Furthermore, a mysterious phone call had been made from Andrew's room to an unidentified individual. This call was overheard by an operator who claimed that Whitfield had said, "Well, I'm going to carry out my plan." These findings led authorities to believe that he had perhaps intentionally crashed his plane into the sea to take his own life. However, no sign of the wreckage had ever been found. Some theories suggest he faked his own death to escape his life for unknown reasons, while others suggest he was the victim of a kidnapping. As of 1946, Andrews has been presumed dead, and his case remains an unsolved mystery. Number 2. Angela Marie Hammond. At 11:45 p.m. on April 4th, 1991, 20-year-old Angela Marie Hammond called her boyfriend from a payphone at a grocery store. She told him she had decided to go home and take a bath rather than meet him that evening as originally planned. While talking to her boyfriend, she became scared, saying that an old 1960s-style pickup truck with some sort of mural of a jumping fish in the back window was prowling around the parking lot, driven by a man she described as filthy, having a beard, wearing glasses, overalls and a baseball hat. While talking to her, this unknown man drove by and shined a flashlight at her, after which the truck stopped and the man seemed to be looking for something. At this point, Angela suddenly screamed and the line went dead. Her alarmed boyfriend, Rob, immediately got into his own car and began speeding towards the grocery store while approaching the scene. Rob claims that a 2-ton green Ford F-150 pickup truck went roaring past at top speed in the other direction, and that he could distinctly hear Angela screaming from inside. Rob gave chase. Unfortunately, the transmission on his car broke down. No signs of the missing woman, her abductor or his truck have ever been found. Number 1. Donna Lass. On September the 6th, 1970, Donna Lass had just finished working at the Sahara Tohu Hotel and Casino at Lake Tahoe in Nevada at 2 a.m. before heading off to a friend's place. Sadly, she did not reach her destination, and it was the last time anyone saw her. Her abandoned truck was discovered at her apartment complex with no signs of any struggle or foul play. Curiously, the very next day, an anonymous man placed a call to both her workplace and landlord to inform them that Lass would not be around that day, as she had had a sudden family emergency to deal with. It was later found that her family had not had any emergency, and none of her family members had made that call or knew who this man was. Due to the timing of Donna's disappearance, investigators speculated the call had been made by the perpetrator, who was believed to be the Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac Killer is infamous for terrorizing the streets in the San Francisco Bay Area and has never been found. To this day, Donna Lass's case remains unsolved.